I ended up getting locked up for murder when I just turned 16. So I probably was 15 for like a month. I probably was 16 for a month. My birthday's July 29th, and I got locked up August 27th. Went in when I was in 10th grade. Got out when I was 35.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what happened exactly that you could talk about?
I pretty much killed somebody over a bike. Loyalty. I'm about to get it engraved. I lost good players in this game, but won't forget the minutes they played. But ain't nothing gonna diminish they wave, cause in my mind they still alive as long as I don't go to visit their grave. Been abused and defiled. I took a few punches in the beginning, but I ain't been bruised in a while. You lose and it's wild. When you winning, it's a different type of excitement. You 10 toes glued to the tiles. I'm drag racing to the top, chasing that degree. Plus I'm bag chasing. 100 miles of running, they surprised that I ain't gassed yet. Thought they had me beaten till I shifted on that last stretch. Ruminating on the instrumental, I'ma trash next. And Roxbury's where it started at. Dorchester, you don't want no parts of that. And even if you hating, it require recognition, but you still gonna see me shining in the highest definition. Kevin Garnett vibes, one championship is cool. They'll respect you as a player, but admire repetition. Bill Russell, I'm out the game, but I still hustle. I put the city on my back to prove a point and to build muscle. Don't get it twisted, cause I still crush you. Sneak dishing on the gram, but realistically they still duck you. The nerve they got, the old me of purge they blocks. I dissected and observed they plots. They say I'm gas, but I deserve they spot. Cause the people don't want to hear about the jewelry and birds they cop. I'm different, think of ways of getting it done. I'm Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just mixed into one. A mixed breed, that talk different, they applaud truth. They should have knew I was gonna take it the moment they let the guard loose. Oh shoot, I ran circles around the people who figured that they was better till I presented the hard proof.
So welcome back to the W number. Got a Roxbury Brave here, right?
Nah, that's not a Roxbury Brave, but very
Roxbury for sure.
Brave.
So explain what it was like growing up. Tell us what your name is. You know what it was like growing up out there.
I was born in Orchard Park, and moved a little bit later on in life and stuff like that. But Roxbury is Roxbury. It's Boston. The gang culture that's kind of like part of the lifestyle that when you're growing up in Boston. So if you're like young, you pretty much fall right in line with whatever the culture is, and the culture is the gang culture, the streets. You rep whatever block you grew up on.
What you go to school for? Like you went to school out Roxbury?
I went to school in East Boston, but East Boston is still Boston.
Right.
It's like a big debate, but East Boston is still Boston. I went to Samuel Adams Middle School, and then I went to Umona Barnes, and then when I went to high school, I went to Boston High.
Play sports and all that?
Nah, I ain't play sports, you know what I'm saying? I was never really a sports person, but I play sports every now and then, but it was never really my thing. Yeah, in like 10th grade, I did murder when I just turned 16. So I probably was 15 for like a month. I probably was 16 for a month. My birthday's July 29th, and I got locked up August 27th. Went in when I was in 10th grade. Got out when I was 35.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what happened exactly that you could talk about?
I pretty much killed somebody over a bike.
A bike?
Yeah. Killed
like
somebody
a bicycle
over a bike.
bike?
Yeah, and it was one of them situations where, I just bought into that all for one for all mentality, and just all mentality, and killed somebody over a bike. Definitely regret it because it's one of them situations I could have handled with a quick conversation, but I'm young at the time, dealing with pride, dealing with ego, dealing with just thinking I knew it all, thinking I'm an adult, thinking I'm a gangster, not really knowing who I was, and the situation ended in somebody doing 19 years for it.
So was that the sentence at first, the life sentence?
I waited trial for probably about a year and a half, and then when I turned 18, I got sentenced to life. I got found guilty and I got sentenced to life. Went up to Shirley Max, and that's when my little journey started. The rest of my life in prison, that's when it was supposedly had started. It's May 2nd, I think, May 2nd, 2006. Yeah, upstate, 18 years old. Grown man in prison, not really knowing like what was what, because it wasn't like I was like in and out of DYS when I was younger. I wasn't one of those people. I had caught one other case before that, and it was like a drug case.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even a violent case. And
this was your first case ever?
It was my first case before. I had two cases. One case before this, but it was a I got caught with crack and I got caught with weed. And then the judge was telling me if I get caught again, I'll do 60 days. And like 30 days later, I ended up getting locked up for the murder.
What a hit, bro. So went from, you might be doing 60 days to you might never
Crazy, yo. And I always be telling myself, man, I wish I would have got pulled in for that 60 days. But then it's like you still don't have no idea what the trajectory of that would have been. That might have been something worse. You know what I'm saying? That could have possibly been something worse. But that's just, you're always thinking about, damn, what if I did this? What if I did that? But it played out how it played out for a reason.
You feel like, are you a believer in like, everything happens for a reason, or you just feel like?
Oh, yeah, definitely. All of it happened for a reason. I got two older brothers that one died like one got killed a year after I got locked up, and then the other one got killed 4 years after 4 years of me being upstate. So it's like, it ain't, the violence ain't something really I'm new to, you know what I'm saying? Something that my family has experienced tenfold. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Even if I would have, let's say, just beat the murder or just went down a different trajectory, the way that me and my brothers, like the lifestyles that we was leading, is only a couple ways that these stories end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jails, institutions.
It's only a couple ways, bro. Yeah. So I kind of was like anticipating. And even when I was locked up and I was still in Plymouth and I was sleeping and the DYS staff came in and like, yo, somebody in your family had died. I just instinctually knew it was my brother. Just because I'm like, I know what we was doing out there, and I know like what type of energy we was putting out there. So I knew like eventually it'd come back. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a winner in the streets forever.
No.
If you do walk away from the streets as a so-called winner, it's like that shit temporary.
Oh yeah. Money goes fast and the life goes fast.
It's temporary.
So what happened after you got locked up? What was it like walking through them doors at 16 years old?
I was kind of lost, man, because I'm not like my friends was like. These individuals who grew up in DYS, so they can tell you about Harvard Street, BST, Canterbury Street, like all of this, Casa. They can tell you about all these. I couldn't tell you about none of that. Yeah. I could give you a second-hand rundown of what it might be like, but I wasn't in and out of DYS to really know. When I first got locked up, they sent me to Plymouth FN3. And that was the juvenile unit in that facility. But I heard they closed it down now. They don't even have that anymore. They had C3.
Yeah, C3 is the one.
Yeah, that was before my time. And then they had FN3, and which I heard was a little bit bigger. And then I was just on FN3 till I turned 17. And then when I turned 17, they sent me to Nashua Street. And then I was just getting bounced around because I kept getting in trouble. So I was in Nashua Street for a little while, and then a couple months after that, I was in Cambridge. A couple months after that, I was in Dartmouth to Ash Street, back to Dartmouth, and then I'm back to Nashua Street to fight trial. And then when I lost trial, I went to Concord because Concord was classification at that time.
So what were you doing? Were you getting in fights? Why were they sending you all over like that?
Dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I was still young, man. Still young, but like. Yeah, in Nashua Street, I got into a couple fights, and then they moved me to Cambridge. And then in Cambridge, we was just acting crazy. Cambridge that jail's not as like hostile. They had a couple of us from the city that was there. We was acting stupid, bro. Breaking the TVs, doing dumb shit, and then they sent us to there's different facilities, and that's how I ended up in Dartmouth, or not Middlesex, that's Bristol County, which is the worst.
I hated it. Oh my God, I hated it. I was just there. I did 6 months.
Oh my God, Bristol County, bro.
It's like the whole place.
Torture, but it kind of like prepared me for upstate. Like that's the closest thing to upstate that I can, like the way the rec is set up, the way the food is priced, like all of that. It just kind of. Like you locked in a lot, it just prepares you for being upstate. And so when I came closer to trial, they sent me back to Nashua Street, and then when I lost trial, they sent me to Concord.
So what was it like as a little kid, just seeing all this craziness in jail, and you've never been locked up for?
I was shook. I keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? You go up there with the tough guy mentality, but it's like this is something I've never been like. This is the type of stuff you hear stories about, like when Walpole. And Walpole was like considered one of the most dangerous prisons in the United States. Like I'm hearing about this from like older dudes that was in Nashua streets, and they trying to like prepare me people going up. I'm like, yo, I don't, what the hell did I get myself into? So I'm like, it's a mental thing. Like you got to get over before anything, because it's like, how am I survive this? And it's like, it's the adaptation comes into play. It's like you got to just adapt, bro. You got to just adapt, and you do. Like, yeah, you adapt, bro. You adapt, because it's not like you. This is one of them environments where you go and get tested, bro.
Yeah.
Over if anybody told you they've been upstate and they ain't getting no fights, then it's like,
So,
none. Like it's impossible to me. It's impossible to me, bro. If you've been in some of like the worst of the worst environments, and you never like. I can't see it. I don't see it. And I'm not shooting. I'm just saying.
right.
I personally don't see it.
Especially at a young age.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see
You
it.
go in and your first thought is, how am I going to make sure that I survive? And
Even if you're not looking for it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be over the shower, it might be over the phone, it might be over the chow hall where you're going to sit. It's just always something. And it's real predatory up there.
Word, bro.
So it's like people are looking to pick on the lone wolf that ain't attached to a gang or a block or a city. So it's like, man, you just gotta no, man.
Do you think it was bigger in your head than it was in real life, or was it just everything you thought it was gonna be when you got up top?
It was
similar anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, because I feel like it was mild in the beginning. Like it wasn't as bad, but then when they closed Walpole and then they brought all the Walpole dudes to Shirley Max, I got to see like that transition. That transition was crazy because you had all these dudes like come to Shirley with the Walpole mentality that I've been hearing about. So it's like, now I'm seeing people get stabbed.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing dudes beat up COs. Now I'm seeing like all these things that are like, this the stuff they was talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really until I had seen like a little bit before all them dudes from Walpole came down, but it was like tenfold as soon as all them dudes instantly changed. You feel like the tension on the unit. Yeah.
So what year was it that you got into the Max?
2006.
2006, right? I was there in 2008.
Oh,
yeah. So we were there together. I know we was there together anyway. I seen him a million times. We was on the block together a bunch of times. But I
was on the gray side.
Yeah,
I was on the gray side till like 2010.
Yeah. Okay, so they kept you over on the south side till you left from 2010 on. Why is that? Did you get involved in some type of?
I had like an enemy issue, and they was trying to separate me from somebody that I had issues with. So they sent me to the green side in 2010. But then, that's pretty much how I ended up from the gray side to the green side. It's like I said, they start classifying. Once they started seeing like who's from where, what block don't get along with what block, or they start separating everybody. So to make sure you stay away from like whoever you got.
Did you ever run into any of the family members of the victim and stuff like that up there?
Nah, no. Only family member from my victim's family I ever bumped into was Bishop Dickerson, and he does like a lot of community work within the city. So you'll see him on the news. You'll see, but a friend of mine's, Mac, was doing like the cultural events, the Kwanzaa, Juneteenth, MLK Day, Black History Month, and he would be doing all of these events and bringing up like the community
into
the prison.
Okay, cool.
And then since he's like one of them, they brought him in, and then I automatically knew who he was because he gave the victim impact statement at my trial. And he wasn't even like, you would have thought like, because it was his nephew that died, he would have been killing me up, but he wasn't even like that. He just was like, yo, it's sad that it's not only like my nephew losing his life, it's him losing his life too. So it's two people being lost to the system or whatever. So it was just, he was looking at it like that, but I couldn't understand that when I was 18 and I got sentenced at that time. I was just like, get me out of this courtroom. Like I couldn't even, but then I went back and I kind of like read after I met with him, I went back and read the transcripts just to see what he said. And I'm like, damn, man, this dude was for me the whole time, even after what I did. And then I got to kick it with him while I was still in Concord, and he just was forgiveness, love, empathy. He's just like the motto of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that too much, man. Especially when like as people practice Christianity, practice like all these like ideologies that are supposed to be for second chances or for forgiveness, but they don't be preaching. You know what I'm saying? So
or they preach.
Once I seen the actual motto of it, I was like, yo, this dude's the truth, man.
Word.
This dude's the truth.
What kind of perspective did that give you on your own life and how you back it
I think I started looking at things a little bit different, man. Because sometimes I'd be holding a lot of anger within myself. You know what I'm saying? My brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dudes
Yeah.
killed both of my older brothers, and these dudes that pretty much raised me.
Mhm.
So it's like, once you start understanding, like, the culture, the circumstances, the hurt people, once you start, like, understanding all of these things that are, like, in play to make sure it's like that we are in this, like, self-destructive or nihilistic way of thinking, it's like, maybe, like, my, you know, a scorched earth way of thinking,
Yeah.
that shit is not healthy, yo.
It's not
It's
the
more
way.
toxic more than anything. You know what I'm saying? You hurt and then you just want to retaliate, and bro, nah, bro. It's like, once I started realizing that not making this situation any better, bro.
Mm.
It's not making the situation any better. So I just, like, pump the brakes on all of that, bro.
Mm.
Like, even though I lost a lot, like, I lost a lot in the streets. I'm like, man, yo, you can have it, bro.
Yeah.
You can have it. I see a dude from another neighborhood I was getting into it where I'm like, bro, I don't care no more, bro.
Word.
I don't
Word.
care. I don't care, bro. It's nothing. There's nothing productive coming out of it. Nothing beneficial. Like, we all gonna end up in here for nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not signing up for that.
Word.
I'm not voluntarily about to just give you
Fact.
my life. So, and I can't encourage somebody. I done came home and it's still dudes from my neighborhood on that type of time. But it's like, yo, how could I encourage you if I'm not even
Right.
willing to? Like, why would I encourage you to
Mm.
do that? And you got daughters, you got sons, you got, like, you got mothers, you got family. I'm not encouraging that shit no more.
That should just give you chills.
That shit no more. Word.
Fact.
Don't get it twisted. I still listen to rap music, the drill, all that. But I'm like, I'll never, like, project that on a. I go inside DYS's right now. I just got cleared to go inside
Really?
DYS's again. So I go inside Middleton, I go inside Harper Street, and I go inside Canterbury Street. But
That's
I look
awesome,
like
bro.
talking to these young dudes like, yo, man, nah, bro, that shit, the streets lie.
It's all
The streets lie, bro.
Yeah.
That's just a fantasy, bro. It's a fantasy that we all brought into, and I told them, I'm like, yo, man, all these little ideas that you got in your head, or these little fantasies that you done conjured up in your mind, thinking that you and your mans is just gonna ride off into the sunset, and none of y'all's gonna die, and none of y'all's gonna be doing life sentence, and all y'all gonna be mad, bro. That's just not real, bro.
Word.
That's just not real.
Bullets are steel.
That's just not real, bro.
Yeah.
That's just not real, bro. Like, I hate to tell you, I hate to be the one to, like, burst your little bubble, but, like, yo, none of that shit you hearing about is, like, there's a whole side of this street shit that they not rapping about, that they not telling you about.
Yeah.
Like, that shit get real, bro.
The impact.
That shit get cold, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Fact. So how old were you before you actually came to this real, like, where you actually were able to, like, not just think these things, but put these thoughts into play?
I wouldn't say it was till, like, probably, like, my mid-20s, man, when I started, like, really, like, kicking it with older dudes that had been in prison for 20 years,
Yeah.
been in prison for 30 years, like, and I'm seeing them, like, some of them die in prison,
Yeah.
some of them with nobody to write,
Right.
no canteen, like, they get anything they got it in the mud, because, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got nobody that they can pick up a phone and call no more and shit like that. So I'm like, oh, hold on, like, looking at it like that, and then doing shit like restorative justice and doing shit like transforming anger through nonviolence. It's like once I got the slip that said I could get parole, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna die in here. And then on top of it, like, all right, let me start thinking about, like, because before it's like everybody, I feel like everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but I feel like a large percentage of people in there just like, I can't wait till I get out, can't wait till I get out, and it's like you do the programs for a good time and shit like that. You get the good time to knock your sentence down, but then it's like you get out, and then it's like, then what? So everybody's planning to get out, but ain't nobody planning to stay out.
Right.
So, and that's the flaw in it, because it's like, and one of my men just told me that. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was just like, yo, he's like, I applaud y'all, because he's like, I see the work y'all do. And he was one of the main people that was just like, bro, y'all not gonna get out. You gonna get out, and you ain't gonna follow through with none of that shit, bro. You gonna get out, and you ain't gonna follow through with none of that shit. And so now that he sees that I'm out, and certain people that was in my same cycle is out, and we doing it, he's like, you got that, bro.
Yeah.
You got that. And he's like, where I fucked up, it's like I sat in there and I thought about, like, getting out into this bag. And he's like, I got it. I got out. I'm getting to the bag, like, in the way that I'm supposed to get to it in. But he's like, I don't know how to deal with people.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. Especially you do a
He's
lot of
like,
time.
I isolated myself. I made sure I kept away from. But he's like, yo, certain people, I don't know how to deal with this shit now. So now he's like struggling with that. So it's like, that's what happens, bro. A lot of the times we just be in there like, yo, I can't wait till I get out. You planning for the exit, and then you finally get the exit. That shit come to fruition, and it's like, yo, hold on, but yo, like you about to react to some shit, how you would react to it
Yeah.
18 years ago, the same way you would have did that got you, you know what I'm saying? So it's like little stuff like that. I just started realizing, like, when I started doing those programs and being receptive towards it, and doing restorative justice and kicking it with Clarissa, and she's talking about how she was in the courtroom and forgave the dude that killed her son, and then I'm like, damn, this is like opening up, because it still be hard to talk to my own mothers, my own mother about my older brothers getting killed, because she get mad emotional about that shit.
Absolutely, bro.
Like, yo, they killed my firstborn son. I feel like I died with a broken heart.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do I, like, that's what restorative justice is teaching, like, yo, how to have that conversation in a healthy way. And you know what I'm saying? Like, thinking about, like, the ripple effect of your actions. Like, these are all things I wasn't thinking about empathy. I wasn't thinking about, like, if I shoot this person in front of this child, like, how it's going to affect them. And you're not thinking about that. And I think it's like, it sucks that, like, the person on the outside looking in doesn't even realize that sometimes those thoughts aren't a thought, bro. Until after it's done, and then you sat for a couple of years, and then it's like, yo, hold on. You're starting to meet people that's changing your way of thinking. You start doing a little program that's challenging what you thought you believed in, shit like that. Then that's when that education, that growth comes. But it takes a person a while to get there. And that shit don't just happen like, oh, you kill somebody, and then the next day you're like, oh, nah, bro, it don't happen. That's like it probably does happen. I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but it's probably like very rare that you'll probably have like a little bit of remorse, but it's only because you got caught. You know what I'm saying? It's only because you got caught. You're like, oh, but you're not thinking about the actual contrition and remorse and empathy, and like, you're not thinking about all of that.
Bad more.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
How did you as a person find it in you to, like, do all this stuff, knowing that there's still dudes in the joint right now that go in for the same type of stuff and are banging every single day in there, just living that life and can't get out of it? Like, what do you do differently? How do you do it and they can't?
I feel like the first thing is like, the first thing I had to do was, like, I had to change my attitude.
Yeah.
Because I recognized my attitude wasn't the best. I'm like, man, fuck that shit.
In what way?
I'm not doing no programs.
Yeah.
I'm not like, fuck, like, nah, bro. I don't want to do any of that.
Right.
I'm good, because it's not real. It's not genuine. It's not.
Yeah.
So it's like, once I changed my attitude, and then I was just
like, attitude, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to get to the.
Because I was just so anti-DOC.
Okay, right.
I'm like, so I don't want to do Spectrum. I don't want to do CRA. I don't want to do any of this shit, because it's like, these people aren't here to help me. They don't genuinely want to see me succeed, and then that's not true. Because it's like, even though some of those people may not be, there's a select R. You know what I'm saying? There's a select few that are. So once I started changing my thinking like that, and then I started, like, walking in the groups or classrooms and started doing things. My biggest thing was, like, as soon as you start making those, people always say, like there's so much that comes with you, like, doing the 360, or you changing your life, but if you just, like, do, like, the little stuff, like, as soon as I started going to school, as soon as I started going to some of these programs that I knew the people in my cipher wasn't doing, it's like, those relationships just die off, because they know, like, it's so much of my time being spent in school, in the dog program, and restorative justice, and Toastmasters, and all of this stuff, that by the time I get to spend any time with you, it's like, yo, the whole day is gone. So it's like, all right, bro, I'll see you tomorrow. And then I'm still doing the same thing. It's keeping me away from you, because we're not in the same community no more. You know what I'm saying? It's different when I was going to the yard, but I ain't going to the yard no more. It's different when I was going to the gym, playing. I'm not going to the gym no more. You know what I'm saying? So it took me away from all of that. Working in the kitchen took me away from all of that, and then it kind of opened up everything else. And then, you know, those relationships, and these, like, some of my dudes that I'm like, I'm not even distancing from myself from them. I'm not distancing myself from them. I'm just choosing to do something different that they not. We don't share the same vision no more. So you don't have to. You don't even gotta tell them yet, bro. I ain't fucking with you, no, bro. You just do something different, and then see it, bro.
Right.
All right, this dude's on that type of time. You know what? I know he ain't coming to the yard. I know he ain't coming to the gym. He about to go to the library.
Yeah.
He about to go to school. He about to, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And it's no love laws, no nothing. When dudes see you doing good, they gonna encourage it. More than anything, they gonna, if they love you, genuine, they gonna encourage it, bro. They gonna encourage
it. Then see you later, right?
Yeah, when people believe, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah. Right.
That's when you're like, oh, all right, this he not really for me. He not really for me. You got to learn how to sit with that, bro. Because it's like sometimes that shit's hard, especially if it's day ones.
Yeah.
Especially if it's dudes you've been in the trenches with, dudes you've been in the mud with. Like, yeah, it's hard to create that separation. You start feeling guilty. I started feeling guilty about it. Oh, damn, you wasn't going to, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know that. You know their pain, you know their struggle, and it's like you don't want them to feel disowned or neglected, but you got to do what you got to do for your life in order to change yourself. Because some people are never gonna change, bro. And it's just sad to say, but it is the truth. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain line you're gonna get to a certain place in life, and you're either gonna go that way, you're gonna go that way. And unfortunately, a lot of people go the same way. But there's the outliers like us that we're you gotta make a decision and do it.
And then it changes, it starts changing. That's what I feel like we did when we was at Concord. It's like we changed the culture of what was cool. What was as soon as everybody started saying, I started seeing that EPI came to Emerson Christian Initiative. Emerson Christian Initiative came to Concord first, and then I started seeing Beazy. I'm seeing A-Rock. I'm seeing Ray. I'm seeing Castro. I'm seeing all of them in school. I'm like, man. I didn't even sign up for that one at that time because I already knew I wasn't ready for it. I didn't sign up for it because I knew I wasn't ready for it. But then I seen what they was learning. I seen what they was coming back to the unit or the yard talking about. And I'm like, I kind of want to be a part of something like that. And then Tufts came. The Tufts program came like a little bit, probably like a year after they had started theirs. And I was just like, let me sign up for this one. Let me see if I. And I didn't even fully buy into it when I first started. I still was kind of skeptical about it because I'm just like, it's school, man.
Yeah.
It's school. I can't. The imposter syndrome. I don't feel like I belong in those spaces.
I'm the same one.
Like feeling like knowing that I belong in those spaces. Because I always say, man, that shit, this school, this university, they ain't give me what I got right now. I was smart before I started.
Yeah.
I was smart before I got in those classrooms with these professors. It's just. It was one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? I was only studying certain things, so it was like a confined knowledge.
Yeah.
But then it's like once I started studying, and it's like I'm getting an associate's degree in liberal arts. It's like, I help in human rights. It's international law. It's biology. It's genetics. It's philosophy. It's English. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. So it's like, all right, now I'm becoming a more like well-versed like individual.
Rounded person.
I was smart before I started. They just amplified what I already had.
Help you build that confidence.
Hell yeah.
Word. That's awesome, bro, by the way.
Hell yeah.
So what do you do when you get out? Like when you reach that point in your bid, you're going home and all the bullshit might be behind you soon. What do you start thinking then?
I always say baby steps, yo.
Yeah.
You just gotta look at it like baby steps because it's so overwhelming. And I keep telling people, it's like all that shit that the average person had to learn, like progressively throughout their teenage years, throughout their 20s, throughout their early 30s. I came home and I had to learn all that shit at once.
Yeah.
And it ain't no like, I don't need to know about credit right now.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't need to know about like digital literacy right now. I'm good without. No, bro. You got to learn all that shit. You got to learn how to be a son again. You got to learn how to be an employee. And if somebody talks to you crazy at work, you can't react. You got to learn all of these things, like relearn all of it if you didn't learn it. So it's like, it's different for us, man.
It's like getting thrown in the pool without knowing how to swim, man.
Fucking 19 years, bro. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35, bro. Come on, bro.
That's a lot.
That's mad ages, bro. That's mad progress. It's mad.
Holidays, birthdays,
all that, bro.
Yeah, lost
all those pivotal moments that a teenager has. Like, bro, I skipped all that shit. And then got out. Oh, damn. Oh, you learn about relationships. You learn like how to be an uncle. You learn how to be a son. You like, come on, man. I'm juggling all of this shit. Oh, damn, finances. Oh, balancing your budget. I'm just like, bro. That's just not for the weak.
It's hard.
It's not for the weak. Because some people get out here and they're like, this is too much. They go back. It's just easy in there.
It is, yeah.
It's just easy in there. They feed you.
Yeah. You know what you're gonna do.
I know when lunch is. I know when breakfast is. Yeah. Like I could harass people for money on the streets, and they gonna
you don't have to work for it.
Harass people for money on the streets. They send me money. I'm good. I don't really have to work if I don't want to. Man, bro, it's so much responsibility that comes with being out here. But it's like, yo, that pressure is a privilege. I'll never forget that. I was telling them the other day, the young kids the other day, I'm like, car insurance, and they give me an excise tax. That shit was $100. I got a parking ticket the other day. That was $50. It's like match. Then some shit with my car. That shit was $200. I'm like, damn. But it was like, even with all that, I'm just like grateful. To be dealing with them stresses.
Fact. Yeah. Absolutely. What kind of perspective do you have now? Like obviously, I know you have a well-rounded character at this point because you know everything that you went through, and plus all the stuff you have learned in school, and now you're in the rap game, correct? Mm-hmm. What are you doing with that? Like, how are you gonna aim your rap at this situation to help make a change?
I just been like, at first I just started like thinking about like recording and things like that, because it's like, yo, I was dealing with so much. I'm like, life is lifing right now. I don't even got time to like invest into it, and I don't never want to do it until I'm like fully ready to like. And I just started feeling like, all right, well maybe now I could start like doing what I had envisioned with it. And it's just like, yo, man, just show people like the struggle is real, and it shows people you can come up out of it, bro.
Hell yeah,
you can come up out of it, bro. Come about the pitch just like Bane, bro.
Yeah.
And not be so evil. Right. But it's it's possible, bro. It's possible, bro.
What's your vision?
Right now, man, I'm gonna continue what I'm doing in the DYSs, continue to talk to them, try to help them as best as I can and steer them in the right direction. I start these classes I'm the second formerly incarcerated person to get admitted in the Tufts, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You're the second person?
Yeah, bro.
Wow, congratulations. Why do you know that?
David DeValley, the first.
Wow.
So, I'm just saying, that's pressure in itself.
You're doing that right now?
I start this September.
Word.
A couple weeks.
Hell yeah. I go to post on the 26th. August 26th, I start social media studies. What are you taking?
Civic studies. Bachelor. I got to finish my 20 more credits left. And I'm good.
I have 20 more credits left. So so you have a foot into it then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So how does someone go about doing that if they want to do it?
Like they still got the degree programs out here because it's not tough. It's not only tough. You got the Emerson Prison Initiative. You got Clark that does a little bit. You got Massachusetts that does a little bit. BC, that's what Noreen is doing. Yeah, bro. Anybody that was doing it in there, so if they offering it in there, you got to take advantage of it. They got the college classes for the young dudes in DYS. I was telling you, what? In Middleton.
Oh man.
In Middleton, they told me that they got that, and they got stuff for the trades too. So I'm like, bro, y'all got to take advantage of that, man.
Yeah. They didn't have that when I was there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not sure what they got in Boston yet. Yeah. I didn't hear nothing like college related in there, but I know in Middleton they was like, yo, we got college classes. And when I started talking about what I was doing and how far I got after getting out and being out there, maybe I should start taking this thing seriously. And even if you're doing the trades, bro, you can eat off that, bro.
Yeah,
you can eat off that.
Yeah, career.
Eat off that, bro. You
Yeah.
be thinking the only way to get a bag is to self-fetty or like, bro, that's not true, bro. There's so many other like this. And I told them, I'm like, yo, y'all was literally born in this like entrepreneurial age, bro. You born in the information age, bro. You know what I'm saying? You born in this era where you could literally get a bag off anything, off social media, off whatever, bro. And I only possess like probably 20% of what y'all know, bro. And I done got out after 19 years and then 18 months. Yo, I'm straight, bro. I got my own apartment. I got my own whip. Like, and it's under my name, bro. It ain't under nobody. Everything, bro. Under my name, and I'm good, bro. So I'm like, bro, I only possess like 20% of what y'all possess, bro. Y'all got a good cool 80. You got a cool 90, bro. You ain't got no excuse, bro. You ain't got no excuse, bro. You got the punk little year and a half, 8 months, whatever, bro. You can get out, bro, and the world could be yours, bro. That's how I was pitching it to him. It was just like, you know what, like, yeah, bro, you got it, bro. You got it, bro.
when it's so obvious.
Y'all got YouTube University, bro. I wasn't. This shit didn't exist when I. I like this shit didn't exist when I was home, bro. They had Yahoo, man. It was in Google. The party line, like it was like the party line, Black Planet, like there wasn't no Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like yo. People monetizing all that shit, bro. Y'all got no excuse, bro. Y'all got no
I couldn't even use the internet. I was like,
I got the smartphone, bro. I got the smartphone. That was the Nokia phone with the snake game on it. Nextel. The chirp. Like, come on, bro. Y'all got everything, bro. Y'all literally got the whole world in your phone, bro. So it's like to be able to get them to see that. That's wealth. That's wealth to me.
Fact, bro.
Yo, for real.
What does it feel like just talking to these kids, man?
I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Oh yeah, I want to do that too. That's very, very interested in because I've been in DYS and I did a lot of time in there. I always think like these people that are running our facilities, like the DYS staff and the program administrators, they're terrible. They have nothing to offer you. You know what I mean? Other than beatings. And now I know they changed the laws where they can't touch you like that, they can't hurt you like that. But back then it was vicious. Them stats were bad, bro. But I would love to go in there and be able to give them a real role model, someone that actually been through what they've been through. You know, show them a different way because they could listen to someone like us. You know what I mean? Whereas those staff, they kind of just, I don't know. I mean, they always thought they were trying to be cool or like. They thought it was cool that we were there, and they would always just like pump up the big boy jail. Like, you get ready for big boys. What are you gonna do when you get there? What are you gonna do when you get there? And it's kind of like in your head, like, oh, it's gonna be cool if I go there. You know what I mean? Which is like the wrong way to think, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it should be cool. You should be trying to teach me how it'd be cool to get a car and a license and go to school, bro. You know what I mean? Why is it cool if I go to state prison? But yeah, that's how they treated me, and I feel like maybe I could do something different too. So that's an awesome thing to be able to do.
I be thinking a lot about like just being the example, bro. Like being like I seen a dude that came home the other day, not the other day, but I probably seen him like 3 weeks ago. And he was just like, "Yo, bro, I was seeing pictures of you. Dudes was getting pictures of y'all, man. I was hearing about y'all, and I'm just like, he was like, yo, man, it made me feel like I know now. It's not as frightening coming home because I know it's possible. Everything that I thought this was just like lip service that, like, nah, bro. Tufts is official. Emerson's official, bro. Like, and they just followed it. And now they in my turn. And my turn's like the reentry program for if you was doing like higher education in there. And then they got like a resource network, and they can help you with housing. They can help you with any type of resources that you might need as coming home from prison. That's what Hillary built it for. It was like just for that. But it's like even outside of that, like just like I work for TPP, Transformational Prison Project, and it's like they sent me to be a part of something the other day, and it was like I had to go to Roxbury Court, and they was talking about how they about to start. This is like dead ass, like in Roxbury Court, they about to start using restorative justice as like a diversion program. So it was like they'll pick certain cases, and if the DA, if the lawyer, and the victim agrees to it, it's like the person can run through the whole restorative justice process instead of being sent to jail. You know what I'm saying? Possibly get the case dismissed if they complete the restorative justice standard and shit like that. So it's like, so they just asked me to go there and speak about like what my experience with restorative justice was, and then I just said, mind you, when they tell me, like, yo, we want you to go to Roxbury Court, I'm like, and talk to speak to this program and like what restorative justice. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I get there, it's like Roxbury. I'm from Roxbury, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Roxbury, grew up in Roxbury. Even though I spent more time in prison than in jail, I'm from Roxbury, bro. I grew up in Orchard Park, and I lived off of Dudley Street, and been in that ripping and running. Like Roxbury is my life, and so when I got indicted, that's where I went. That's where I got it. This is the same courthouse I got indicted in when I was 16 years old. And so when I'm going in Roxbury Court, Stacia comes down, she brings me upstairs. She's like, oh yeah, it's in the courtroom too. I'm thinking it's about to be in a conference room. I'm thinking, no, it's in a courtroom. It's in the actual courtroom, and it's like the Roxbury Public Defenders, and then it's people from probation, it's people from the DA's office, it's judges. I'm like, bro. I'm the only person in there that can speak to, like, from a president's point of view, from a juvenile lifer's point of view, from a, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the
Yeah.
only person that, so I'm the voice for. So I'm like, damn, I gotta tell this story because I'm speaking for a lot of people, man.
Word,
And I don't take that shit lightly, man.
No. Yeah.
Speaking for a lot, I'm representing a lot of people, man. So when I speak in like situations like that, it's like, all right, hold
A
on.
lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Feel that shit.
hell yeah. That's a position I never thought I would be in, bro. That's a position I never thought I would be in, bro.
How's it feel?
Crazy. Even when I'm on campus, bro, and I'm at Tufts and I'm in the student center, I'm in like, I'm just like, bro, it's wild, bro. Wow.
How do you stay humble after all that?
You have to, bro. I was just telling them that this morning, bro. You ain't never supposed to get where you came from, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't never supposed to get where you came from. I can remember that, bro. I can remember being in DDU, using my last phone call, and I can't talk to nobody again until next month. Having them four slips. Like, imagine that. That's all I always be telling people, bro. I was in DDU, bro. You get 4 slips a month, and you only get 4 phone calls. And think about how much you use your phone. Ain't no text messages. Ain't no, like, yo, what if you could only call 4 people in 1 month? Who you gonna call? You obviously gonna call your mom.
Yeah.
You obviously gonna call your girl. But then it's like, who you gonna call with the other 2?
Yeah.
Then you're thinking about, like, you trying to strategize, like, oh, hold on, let me use this week. Let me use another one next week. And then sometimes you like so detached from like human interaction. You're like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to swipe all 40s. I'm about to use all 40s phone calls the first week because I just want to talk to people, bro.
Especially in that stuff, when you get depressed, you want to talk to people.
I just want to talk to people. I just want to talk to
people. And then if they don't pick up, you're like, oh my God, bro, it's the end of the world, bro. Yeah.
And then now you gotta wait 27 more days to get the phone slips again, bro. You ain't talking to nobody but 20. Like, come on, bro.
Those days are
real,
bro.
How can you forget that? How can you forget the chicken stew every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday?
Yeah.
The hot dogs on Friday. The chili and rice and beans on Sunday.
Fighting over not getting enough food in your tray.
Come on, bro. The pancakes, the oatmeal, the cream of wheat. The breakfast, the sponge breakfast cake. Like, how can you forget that, bro?
Or when you're on status and they try to make you kneel on the back of your cell and feed you to the dog slot, bro.
Come on, bro.
Fuck that shit, bro.
Come on, bro.
It's not
I don't
the
forget
life.
none of that. I don't forget none of that. I just be
when the whole tears fighting the moon team.
None of that shit, bro. I did all of it, bro. I did all of it.
How long did you do in DDU? I don't think I ever asked.
2 years.
2 years. Word.
I ended up stabbing somebody that I had an issue with. I ended up stabbing them 6 times. And they gave me 28 months.
Yeah. That's a little
28 months. So I was there for a little while. And I'm meeting dudes that I'm thinking my 28 months is bad. And I mean, Smooth been in there for 17.
He's still there.
I mean, Bruce. No, Smooth died, bro.
Did he?
Smooth passed away, bro.
From what?
I don't even know, bro. He just had something that was like, he was good when I
medical thing?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yup.
That poor dude,
meeting people like him, and he did 7 years. And meeting people like Hood Boss, and Hood did 10.
Yeah.
And Spot did 13. Bruce did 10. And they're like, yeah, I've been here for 8 years old. I'm like, what? I'm stressed. I only been here for 3 months, bro. I'm stressed.
I did 10
You've been here for 8. You did 10 in DDU? Yeah. You're lying.
Word, bro.
Get the... Yo! For real?
Word.
I know you're chefed up there.
That's why people don't understand when I'm talking. Sometimes I'm not exactly right, but people don't understand how crazy the transition can be from, all that time in the hole, and then you come into population is hard. Coming from there to the streets is even harder, dude. Yeah. Like, it's a whole different mind change,
Yeah.
But I did everything I can. I feel like I'm about as normal as you can get after that. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Is there anything you would like to say before we wrap it up? I kind of wanted to hear something too. If you had anything. If you don't, it's all right.
This is what I spent for them the young boys the other day. I think they thought I couldn't rap. I was like, Loyalty. I'm about to get it engraved. I lost good players in this game, but won't forget the minutes they played. But ain't nothing gonna diminish they wave, because in my mind they still alive as long as I don't go to visit their grave. Been abused and defiled. I took a few punches in the beginning, but I ain't been bruised in a while. You losing is wild. When you winning, it's a different type of excitement. You 10 toes glued to the tiles. I'm drag racing to the top, chasing that degree. Plus I'm bag chasing. 100 miles of running. They surprised that I ain't gassed yet. Thought they had me beat until I shifted on that last stretch. Ruminating on the instrumental. I'm a trash next. And Roxbury's where it started at. Dorchester, you don't want no parts of that. And even if you hating, it require recognition, but you still gonna see me shining in the highest definition. Kevin Garnett vibes, one championship is cool. They'll respect you as a player, but admire repetition. Bill Russell, I'm out the game, but I still hustle. I put the city on my back to prove a point and to build muscle. Don't get it twisted, cause I still crush you. Sneak dishing on the gram, but realistically they still duck you. The nerve they got, the old me of purge they blocks. I dissected and observed they plots. They say I'm gas, but I deserve they spot. Cause the people don't want to hear about the jewelry and birds they cop. I'm different, think of ways of getting it done. I'm Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown just mixed into one. A mixed breed that talk different, they applaud truth. They should have knew I was gonna take it the moment they let the guard loose. Oh shoot, I ran circles around the people who figured that they was better till I presented the hard proof.
That's just fire, bro. That's just
Yeah,
fire,
bro.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude. I'm glad for you, bro. I'm happy for you, man. This shit was good, bro. I'm glad we had this talk, bro.
yeah. Anytime, bro.
Yeah, man.
Anytime.
Bro, check them out. Where can they find you, though?
Stone Catcher 147 on Instagram. No, Stone Catcher 45 on TikTok.
Okay, Stonecatcher
Something in the
45 on
clothing.
TikTok. What is it, 74 on Instagram? Stonecatcher
Oh, Stone Catcher 147.
147 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Word. W number out.